want just sparks to fly. I want there to be flames. I'm a very passionate person. Hey friends, welcome to the Bumblebee Farmhouse. My name is Angie, and today we are going to do a get ready with me that was highly requested for some time, and a Q&A, and just kind of a what's going on and our plans here at the Bumblebee Farmhouse. So I feel like you got to own your confidence and people will see it. And my parents are still debating about getting a house in Florida. The weddings, I've never been to a wedding in Greece, but they go until like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. You can imagine the laughs that came after I ate that burrito. You have to love yourself. People can't love you unless you love yourself. Maybe I'll find some cool secondhand stores in Europe. I want my husband to look at me and be like, wow, that's my girl. Like, that's my lady. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Bumblebee Farmhouse. My name is Angie, and I'm so glad that you guys are here spending a little bit of time with me. I always say that I always hope that the Bumblebee Farmhouse is a place where you can find a little bit of inspiration to make your house a home sweet home. And the Bumblebee Farmhouse is a place where you are always welcome. Today's video is a little bit different. I have been requested this for a little bit of a while now, like a get ready with me. People want to see how I do my hair and my makeup, and a little bit of a Q&A, and just like a hang out with me and kind of let you guys know what's going on in my life. So here we are today at the Bumblebee Farmhouse, and let's go ahead and get into it. So before we get into the hair and the makeup, the Q&A, and the like kind of what's been happening in my life, what's been going on in my life, I do want to show you a really beautiful bag that was sent to me by Winbags. This bag is absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to wear this out on a date night or wherever it is I may go. It is just beautiful. So Winbags, thank you so much for sending me out this gorgeous handbag. If you guys are interested in this handbag or any other handbags, I am going to link it down below in the description box with a coupon code for you guys to save some money. Okay, so let's get into the bag because it's gorgeous, and you guys stick around after the bag because we're gonna get into hair, makeup, what's been going on in my life, and with the Bumblebee Farmhouse. The bag was sent to me in this beautiful gift box, this black gift box. It's got a handle. So even if this is not for yourself, this would make a really great gift. All right, so there's the bag that's right there. It does come with some paperwork. So it comes with like a receipt and some paperwork, then a little envelope. So let's get to the fun part, the unboxing, the unbagging of the box, of the bag. So here it comes in a dust bag, and here is the gorgeous bag. This bag, I can see me wearing this with like a little black dress for date night. It is so beautiful. Just open it up. All right, so we got the purse strap inside, and it looks like it comes with like a little tag. So let me just show you the bag first. Here's the bag. It's got a magnetic close on it, so it's gonna close like that. Here's what the bag looks like on the side. On the back, it's got a fairly large pocket. This would be good to put my cell phone in. Let's see. Would the cell phone fit? Is there paperwork in here? Oh, it's the tag. It's the tag. Okay, so it's got a really big pocket all the way across. Cell phone fits in there beautifully, lots of space. And now the top, it's got engraving in gold. They're in different colors. I asked for the gold. I think the gold with the black looks really good. I think they have it in silver and maybe in black. How gorgeous that is. So when you open it up, you have also engraving here in the front. It's got a really big pocket in through here. And then when you open it up, it's got another really big section here. So this is the main compartment, and the main compartment has a small pocket in through here. So here's the strap. Let's put this together. Is the strap adjustable? The strap might be adjustable. It is, so the strap is adjustable on here. I'm gonna adjust it. I think do I want a longer strap or a shorter strap? I guess let's put the strap on first and see what kind of strap I want. So it's got the little clasps here on the side, and just clip it on right in there. Now also there is, I don't know if you can see it, but there is some engraving on the metal as well. Now, like I said, you can adjust the strap here. Also got a handle on top if you want to hold it from the handle. I think this would make a really pretty bag for date night, or I mean anytime really. It's beautiful. And then they do give you a tag. And I don't know if I want to put the tag on. I think I would probably leave it without the tag. I think I just like the classic look of the black with the gold. I don't think that it needs anything else. So this is the gorgeous bag that was sent to me by Winbag. So Winbag, thank you so much for sending this out. You guys, if you are interested in this or any other bag, like I said, I'm going to link it down below in the description box where you guys can save some money with a discount code as well. It is beautiful. So very, very beautiful bag. All right, guys, so that's that portion of the video. If you guys want to hang out with me, hear my thoughts on anything, Q&A, hair and makeup, let's get into the other portion of this video. Okay, bare-faced, hair is not done, no makeup, just me and my hair. That's it. So all I have on right now is some CeraVe on my face to help with the redness and kind of like any eczema that I deal with. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of makeup and hair. Some of you guys have asked to see a tutorial of how I do my makeup and my hair when it is done up on my channel. It's really nothing all that intricate or special. I have a Rusk curling iron right here. It's a tapered wand iron. You can see right here. So it starts out wider and then it goes more narrow. I also have a Chi one that's a lot thinner than this to make like more spiral curls, but they're both equally really amazing. So I am going to just heat that up and we'll do my makeup first. Just let that heat up while we get into it. So I'm going to use some foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer for contour. So I do have a really big makeup sponge right here. I'm just going to add a little bit of the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is hyaluronic acid in it, which I found that in my late 30s and early 40s, hyaluronic acid is what my skin needs. It like quenches and feeds my skin. I don't know what it is, but the minute I started using hyaluronic acid, things started changing for the better on my skin. And the CeraVe has hyaluronic acid in it as well. So how is everybody doing today? We're gonna get into a little bit of a Q&A here on my channel. I don't have too many questions, just a few came in through Instagram and then on a couple of my YouTube posts. So we will do a little bit of a Q&A on my channel today. Let's get a little bit of sparkling water. It's good to stay hydrated. I hope that you guys are all doing really, really well. Let me know, you guys, down in the comment section how you've been doing. Let me know what you've been up to. How has the weather been by you? I feel like we're getting our third or fourth spring now because it gets cold and snowy and then warm and then cold, and it's just like a bunch of different things. So I'm going to use the Lancome Regenerate Lift Makeup. It's got sunscreen in it too. This is what it looks like. This is going to be my foundation base. I'm also going to spritz a little bit of primer, even though I use the Merit Serum. And this is the Make It Last from Milani. I use a bunch of different things, you guys. It's just whatever works for me. I've tried lots of different things. All right, so I'm just going to pump. And then I just like adding dabs of it to my face. Okay, so one of the questions on my Q&A that I asked you guys to ask was, do I have any summer garden plans for our home this year? So yes and no. So we are getting the garden slowly ready. I'm a lazy gardener, you guys. Let's just put it this way. I love gardening, but I want to grow things that are going to come back for the most part every year, minus your herbs and your vegetables, because we live in zone 5B. So you know that's not going to last too long. Some herbs in different zones come back. Mint will come back, but it's very invasive, so I don't want to grow mint. The previous owner already grew mint, and I'm still trying to get out from the ground what was there. Okay, so I am growing flowers this year, believe it or not. And I'm growing them indoors with that LED hydroponic system, and I'm growing hollyhocks. I'm growing a lot of hollyhocks. I probably have 50 or 60 plants started downstairs. They are beautiful. They are one of my favorite flowers. One of my favorites. My favorites are hydrangeas, rose of Sharon, hollyhocks, peonies, and roses. They are one of my all-time favorite flowers. And I fell in love with hollyhocks because of the Wizard of Oz. When I was a little girl, when Dorothy's house spun through a tornado, when she opened the door in Technicolor, I remember in the Wizard of Oz when it went to black and white, and then it went to Technicolor, she ended up in Munchkinland. And one of the first things that you saw in Munchkinland were just a crazy amount of hollyhocks everywhere. And there were those long stalks with the flowers. So I've had an obsession with those my entire life. And so I have about 50 of them growing indoors right now, which they're extremely hard for me to grow indoors, and I've got them established pretty well. And this is where the lazy gardener in me comes in. They're a perennial and a biannual, just depending on the kind. So they'll come back every year or every other year and they'll spread. So that's why I love that. So that's pretty much it for that. I wanted to do another bed of hydrangeas, but this summer it's gonna be a little crazy because we're gonna be gone a lot. And I just don't think that that's a good idea to like get in over my head. So we will do the hollyhocks. We'll make some beds of hollyhocks, and then I want to do some of our existing garden beds in the back with hollyhocks. It's going to be really beautiful. So I'm super excited. And last fall, I spread a bunch of hollyhock seeds in the back beds, and I saw like 11 or 12 of them come up this year. So I am just so excited for that. Makes my heart happy. So there's going to be lots of beautiful blooms, and we're going to have a cottage garden, which I'm just really excited about. I love that kind of stuff. We will grow some vegetables too, but we're going to keep it small because, like I said, we're not going to be home too much this summer. We'll be home, but it's just a busy summer. So next year, I think I'll do a much bigger garden. So this year, I think it's just going to be tomatoes. I think we're just gonna do some beefsteaks. I usually do like cherries, like different heirloom beefsteaks. So we do like cherry tomatoes, plum tomatoes, beefsteak tomato. We do like so many, and then we do like cucumbers, peppers. I did a Cinderella pumpkin patch a couple years ago. I don't think any of that's happening this year. I think we're just probably gonna do 3 or 4 tomato plants. So I just went ahead and I put some concealer under my eyes, and now I'm just gonna go in with some bronzer, and I'm just gonna contour a little bit. So I'm gonna go by my cheekbone. My forehead, my big old forehead. And I'm just going to blend that in with my blender. So yeah, lots and lots of hollyhocks this year, perennials and biannuals. So I am like so excited for that because I can't wait to show you guys once that gets established. I'm trying to leave a legacy here on my property, so when people pass our house, it'll be known as that flower house, the hollyhock house, the house with all the hydrangeas, the house with all of the rose of Sharon, because I have lots of rose of Sharon. When we moved in, I planted about 9 hydrangea bushes, 9 or 10 rose of Sharon bushes, which have gotten really big. I love them. I want to plant more. A little mini orchard. So we got 4 fruit trees and some blueberry bushes. And those come back every year, so they do need care. I just fertilize. They do need, to spray and treat the trees. They do need care, but that's why I say I'm like the lazy gardener. I love having things in the garden. I just don't want to plant everything every single year. I'm not the kind of person that's going to plant bulbs and then rip them out and replant them every year. So if I'm going to plant them, it's going to be something that's going to be doable for this zone, where I can enjoy them year after year with not doing all that crazy amount of work. I'm going to contour my nose just a little bit. The tips here, like the end of my nose, not the tips. My nose, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna contour a little bit and then just blend that out. I have a button nose and it's kind of fat at the end. I don't know whose nose I have in the family because my nose doesn't match up with anybody's in the family. It sounds silly, but it's true. Everybody's got a similar nose except for me. Okay. Another one of the questions was, how often do you go thrifting? And what is your favorite thing to do? Let me see really. How often are you able to thrift? What is your favorite thing to do in your free time? And I would love an update on your health as well. Okay, so how often am I able to thrift? Probably as much as I want, because it's just me and Danny. I mean, yes, we do get busy, but I probably try to go 2 to 3 times a month just to kind of see if I can find anything really cool for our home, for the aesthetic that I'm going for our home. But yeah, that's probably something that's just easy for us to do because we don't really have any friends or family where we live. I mean, everybody's like an hour, so it's just fun to get out and go. And I'm gonna try to bring my camera more often and film more often because I think that you guys, a lot of you guys like seeing what is in a lot of the different thrift stores and a lot of the different areas. What is your favorite thing to do in free time? I mean, I love to go on vacation, but that's an expensive thing. I would say probably travel, even if it's just a day trip. I like little adventures. I mean, I love to go shopping too. And then also the other question is, what is an update on your health? So I did go to the breast surgeon. It was like maybe a month ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm gonna use the Tarte Tipsy Cheek Stain. It's like a corally color blush. It's kind of like a gel. You can see. So I'm just gonna use it in here on my cheeks. So everything went fine at the breast surgeon. He said, I got my blood pressure down too. It started to creep back up. Ugh, it's one thing I can't stand is like the minute I don't exercise, my blood pressure creeps up. But anyway, my blood pressure was a lot better this time. It was 130/70. So much better blood pressure reading this time around. But my health, you know, he didn't find anything new. He went over my mammogram and I didn't have to have an ultrasound this time. He said everything looked good right now. Like nothing has changed since my biopsy and since they removed the papilloma. It just worries me when he's like, no surgery for now. So I guess it's just something that I'm gonna have to think about in life that is, you know, it's possible. But everything there, thank God, went well. I'm very grateful to God for that. That's been a big worry and it's something I have to keep on top of for the rest of my life. It's just something that I'm gonna have to, you know, keep getting checked. I don't think it would be smart to go without a mammogram every year. There's my blush. I don't know if the camera's capturing. Let me turn on a little light. All right, I'm gonna use a lash curler. Yeah, so I thank God that everything on my health and right now is good. I know that can easily change, but I do thank the good Lord that everything is good for now. All right, I'm just gonna do like a muted matte color on my lids. So one of these mattes, let's see, which one do I wanna do? Which one? I think I'm gonna do maybe this color right here. I don't have a name for it. It's from Makeup Revolution, that's all I know. So yes, I thank God that everything is good on my end right now with my health. I'm just gonna pack it on my lid. All right, I'm gonna use the Man Eater mascara from Tarte. What a silly name, Man Eater, but it's a good mascara. I like the brush on this. I don't know why. There's the brush. I don't want to go too heavy on the mascara. There's the bottom, well, not the bottom yet. There's the other top lash. I'm gonna do just the bottoms lightly. Before I do the bottoms, I'm going to use, this is from Tarte. It's called Fake Awake from Tarte. They had it in white and nude. I got the nude for the bottom. So I'm just gonna do like the waterline. Just going on the rim on the waterline. And I like to get close to the tear duct area, the inner rim. And it kind of just brightens your eye. It's called Fake Awake. And then what I'll do is I'll go on my lashes with mascara. I'll just kind of rub the mascara back and forth lightly on my bottom lash line. I'm not following any trends. I just think that as I've aged, I do my makeup differently. Used to wear a lot more. This might be a lot for some, but I used to wear like a lot more. I used to line my entire eye with black all the way around. I think as I've gotten older, my makeup has kind of evolved. And that's pretty much it for the lashes. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay, I'd love to hear about how you and your husband met, got engaged, etc. I love love stories. I love love stories too. When I go to weddings, they make me cry. So me and Danny met a long time ago. I was 18. We actually met, it was on a website, it was online. So think about how different the internet was back then. And it wasn't like a romantic website. It was called like GreekChicago.net. And it's just where Greek people went to connect. That's it. It wasn't like anything about love or compatibility like that. So I ended up talking to him, and it's like pretty much his entire family was on there. His sister was on there, his mom was on there, so I had talked to them. And it just like came about, like we were talking, and I think it just came about like, hey, do you want to meet up? And so we decided to meet up at a mall out in public, and he's a very, very nice person, which I thank God for that. You know, you don't know who you're going to meet online. There's a lot of weirdos, but it ended up that our families ended up knowing each other. So we met up and we went out a couple times. I considered him more of a friend. I mean, I liked him, but I was also 18. Like how much do you know when you're 18? I can't say that you don't know anything. It's just when you're that young, I think that, I don't know. I just saw him as like a nice friend. I was interested. I think he was more interested in me, maybe. I don't know. When we first met up, he brought me like a stuffed animal, and he was really, really nice, really sweet. He actually came to be my model at cosmetology school. I needed an all-day spa model, so he got a manicure, a pedicure. What else did he get? A scalp massage, a facial. I think that's what he got during the day. A paraffin hand and foot dip. So he got like a spa day with me. I needed a model, and he ended up coming out to be my model that day. So that was really cool. And then we went out to dinner. It was really sweet. Like I said, he brought me a stuffed animal and a box of chocolate. And I don't know, I guess I was 18. I didn't really know how to take it or what. So anyway, we kind of like grew apart. We stopped talking after like a few, maybe like 5 or 6 months. And I hadn't talked to him in almost 2 years. I hadn't seen him in almost 2 years. And then I bumped into him one day. I bumped into him at the premiere of the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I went with my cousin and my grandma, and we went to go see it. And I saw him in the hallway at AMC Theaters. And I just remember like looking at him, and I smiled, and he smiled, and then he waved. So we hadn't seen each other in like 2 years. So we bumped into each other, but we didn't like, I was with my grandma. I didn't want to like introduce him to my grandma at that point, or my cousin. And then I saw him like 3 or 4 months later at the Greek picnic, at the Greek Fest. So that the church that my grandma goes to, because my cousin asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of concealer while I'm talking here, just to kind of lighten up. I know it looks weird, certain areas. So yeah, I saw him at a Greek picnic, and he was with probably his friends. I don't know who he was with, but I saw him for like maybe a second. He said he saw me more. I felt somebody like tap my shoulder, like hit it. And then when I turned around, I didn't see anybody, and he didn't like come up to me after that. And then I get like, what was it, on AIM or whatever, or what could have been a text message back then, I don't know. I got like a message from him, and he was like, hey, you didn't see me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I saw you at the Greek festival. He's like, you didn't say hi. And I was like, that was you? I didn't know. Like, I really did not know that was you. I didn't see you. I turned around. And we just kind of started talking from then on. And then that became dating. And we dated for 3 years, and then we got engaged. Or was it 2 years? I think we dated for 2 years, a little over 2 years. And then on the 3rd year, we got married. So we were engaged after 2 years. And I kind of pursued him after that, because I was a little bit older, and I think a little bit wiser. And I was like, this is really a nice guy. And we did have a lot in common, and I do want to go out with him. And so we did. We started going out, and it just like clicked after that. So we were inseparable. It got to the point where, because we lived like probably an hour away from each other. So I ended up moving in. I moved out of my parents' house and I moved in with my grandmother, because my grandmother, my grandmother lived like 15 to 20 minutes away from him and his family. He was living at home at the time. He was 25 and I was 20. And so I left my job at the salon where I lived at with my parents, where I worked full time, and I found a salon out there and I moved in with my grandma. And the deal that I made with my parents is the 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I would be living with my grandma and working out in that area. And then I would come home on the weekends. And if he wanted to see me on the weekends, he would have to make the drive up to see me on the weekends. So we had that arrangement probably for a year. And then we got engaged and I lived with my grandma for another year. And yeah, so we got engaged after 2 years. I made the move to be closer to him, and I was lucky enough that my grandma lived out there. Otherwise, I don't know, would long distance have survived? That I'm not sure. And we went up to the Milwaukee Zoo that day, the day that we got engaged. We went out for Chinese food first. I'll never forget this. And then we went to the Milwaukee Zoo and we went to, for lunch, the zoo. We went paddle boarding or whatever that bicycle boat is. Like you're sitting in a boat, but you bike pedal on a little lake over near Lake Michigan, but not actual Lake Michigan. And that night he asked me to be his wife and I said yes. And it's been history since then. And I was 22 then, so I got married when I was 23. If you think about it, that is still pretty young. But yeah, that's how we met. That's how we got engaged. It turned out our families knew each other when we first started talking. My uncle, my mom's brother-in-law, so my aunt's husband, a long time ago, like in the 1970s, worked with his grandmother in a factory. What factory was it? I don't remember. Was it Zenith? I don't remember. But they worked together in a factory, and my uncle would drive my uncle would drive his grandmother home from work every single day. And so it's like our families kind of knew each other like that. They didn't know each other, but my uncle knew his grandmother because how many years ago they had worked together. And it's just like crazy that he was taking her home every night, making sure that she got home okay. He gave her a ride. And yeah, it's crazy because like we know some mutual people, like our families know. And, but yeah, it was just like history after that. I was just like, when I bumped into him that second time at the Greek festival and the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and we started talking, I'm like, he really is a really nice guy, and that's what I need in my life. I was looking for a nice guy, because I had gone on some dates with some psychopaths, and I was like, that is not what I want. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a really nice person in my life, and that was like a good, nice person, like everybody wants, but that was the most important thing to me. And he was just so nice to me. He treated me really well. He always, took me out. We either a nice restaurant or the zoo or the movies or mini golf or, whatever it was. He always treated me really well and with a lot of respect. And I thought that was like such a great character because it's very, very hard to find. And I wanted to be treated like a lady, like a woman. I still do. But yeah, it was just, I just knew that was, I wanted to be with somebody Mediterranean, specific, more so Greek than anything, because we probably shared a lot of the same values. I'm not saying that you can't share the same values with somebody that, you're not the same, like ethnic background. Like, if he was Italian, I still would have, loved him and, been with him and married him. But I'm just saying, like, I wanted somebody who had similar values to me and like family values, and who treated me with a lot of respect. And that was so important because I feel like when you're a young woman, it's hard to find that sometimes. You go on dates and you meet a lot of jerks. Let's just put it that way. And I knew that he wasn't. So I felt like when I bumped into him that second time after not seeing him for about 2 years, or almost 2 years, it clicked more, and I was like, I want this person in my life. You know, I'm the kind of person, if I come across like a nice person or a good person and I can see that and they have value as a good person, I don't want to let them go. I love having good people in my life, and Danny was one of them. It happened at the right time, I guess. And yeah, so we had gotten engaged, and then a year later we got married, and here we are, and we will be celebrating our 18-year anniversary. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to think about that. 18 years together. So that'll be in May. I'm not forgetting my anniversary. It's May 7th, so it's coming up, 18 years. All right, I'm taking the Tarte Sketch and Set brow pencil in the black brown. I just really like using this. You can use the gel part too, and I'm just gonna slightly fill in my brows where they're looking sparse, and I'm gonna kind of start out in the middle and kind of wing them out a little bit. I don't want them to look too solid up in front. Let me see if I have any other questions. Instagram. When's the last time you laughed really hard? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have the same humor I do. So you guys would probably be like, okay, you're laughing over stupid little things. A couple instances this last month probably. One was we bought one of those memory foam mattress toppers to replace our old one, because our old one is like 5 or 6 years old. And Danny was like, it's time to get a new one. I was like, all right. So this time we usually use the 3-inch topper, and he's like, oh look, the 4-inch topper's on sale. It's like more deluxe. Should we get that? And I was like, yeah, like we should get the more deluxe one. So he orders it. We put it on, and we're like, whoa, this feels like so soft. It's those memory foam ones, so you can like squish down on them, and you know, like our other one, it comes back up. So this one, it was thicker. I think it was deeper than 4 inches. It didn't seem like it was only 4, but we put it on, and then like we tried to sleep like 3 or 4 days with it, and when you got into it, it would like suck you in. So like it was comfortable while you're laying, but if you tried to like turn or move, it was like it sucked you right into the bed, and it was really hard to get out. And we both came to the conclusion that we were like, okay, we don't want to deal with this. This is a pain in... I just spit, sorry guys. We're like, this is a pain in the butt trying to move. Like I was afraid like I was gonna throw my back out, because that's the things that you have to worry about when you're older. So he was like, I'm gonna set it up for a return on Amazon. And I was like, okay. So Amazon's like, fine, go ahead and box it up and return it. So we tried to box it up, but it was so expanded coming out of the box. I don't know how they get it vacuum sealed into this little box. So we tried like rolling it up, folding it, doing all these different combinations, and we couldn't get it back in. So Danny's like, all right, we'll fold it into like quarters, and then you lay on top of it, and then I'll try to roll it up. And like I literally jumped on it like I was wrestling, like from the top rope. Like we were just like laughing and cracking up, because he was just like, just jump on it and smush it down, and then we'll roll it up really quickly and get it in the box. And we couldn't. So we had to like tape a few big cardboard boxes, like duct tape it all the way around and ship it back like that. It looked ridiculous, but they took our return back, and I will never get a different mattress topper again. That was just a pain in the butt. The other time that we laughed really hard is, I'm just gonna leave it here and you can use your imagination, but I fast on Wednesdays and Fridays. I don't eat meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. That day I had a bean and cheese burrito. You can imagine the laughs that came after I ate that burrito. And if you don't think that's funny, that's fine. I'm not gonna apologize for it, because that's our humor. Like we crack up about things like that, but we had a good laugh that day. Didn't agree with me. So those are probably the last 2 times that I laughed extremely hard, like extremely hard. So I have a lipstick here. It is in the Red Hot from Maybelline. It's in the Vinyl Super Stay Super Ink. This stuff is amazing. It lasts literally all day long. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlighter. Which one do I want to use? From Merit. So I have the Citrine and the Kava. I think I'm gonna do the Kava. Okay, and then I have from NYX eyeliner that it was gel. And I'm just gonna put the white in the corners of my eye. So like in through here, and then I'm just gonna blend them out a little bit. Just on the corner. I'm gonna blend them out, guys. Fingertip is fine. And then I'm going to go in with some highlighter from Merit, and this is in the Kava. It's like a highlighter balm stick. And I'm just going to go up here a little bit and then a little bit on my brow bone and just like a tiny dab on the touch of like the tip of my nose. I'm just gonna, Merit's really good with like blending, so you can just really use your fingertip. And I'm just gonna take the product and just do the tip of my nose a little bit and just kind of blend it out. All right, time to do the lippy. And then I'll get in to see if I have any other questions, and then we'll do the hair. So I shook it because it says to shake it, and it's like a doe foot applicator. This lipstick lasts 12 to 16 hours. I'm not joking, it lasts all day long. Here we go. I'm actually gonna kind of use it as a liner and then fill it in. Gotta say I'm not surprised, but I didn't think it'd be tonight. I called the tow truck and called your mom. She picked you up and took. This is more like a red corally color. I love this color. I'm bringing this to Europe with me this summer. Kind of got to work fast with this because it dries pretty quick. I love a red lip. All the old Hollywood starlets rocked a red lip and they were gorgeous. So I love a red lip. It's got to dry. And like literally it will stay on all day. So I'm bringing this with us on vacation. And I have so many shades. I'm going to bring the nude shade with me too because I love a nude lip as well. But I thought today we would do a fun color. I want to feel good about myself, so I do my makeup probably 3 to 4 times a week. And I want my husband to look at me and be like, wow, that's my girl. Like, that's my lady. All right, and I'm just going to go in with some primer. This is the, like a setting spray. I used the Milani earlier. This is the Shape Tape Stay Spray. It's a 16-hour setting spray. I've been using this one too. And that's my makeup. Like I said, I love a red lip. They look so kissable. I don't know. I just love like a red or like especially a coral for spring and summer. All right, now we're getting to the hair. I'm just getting ready for my trip, and I bought some beautiful things for our trip. Bought some really beautiful pajamas. I know that sounds weird, but I want to wake up in something beautiful in the morning, especially when I'm like on this beautiful island in Greece. And I got some really beautiful blouses and a couple of beautiful like dresses and rompers. So if you guys think you want to see a haul, like a plus size haul for our trip, then I can definitely do that. Hopefully I'll have time to do it in a different video. I'm just going to section my hair off. You can use whatever you want. I'm just going to clip them to the side. So let's start with this side of my head. And I always usually do a middle part. I've done side parts before, but lately I've been finding myself doing a lot of middle parts. I noticed that after I got COVID this last year, my hair thinned out some. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna go in with some thermal setting spray. My hair is clean. I washed it last night because I knew I was gonna do a tutorial today. So this is the Kenra Thermal Spray Color Maintenance. It says it's also a medium hold hairspray, but I use it for thermal. So I'm just gonna spray each section as I go. Also, I've been keeping my hair longer. I don't know, should I cut it again? The last time I cut it was pretty short. I'm kind of liking the longer hair with like the big curls and waves. Also, there's very little transfer with this lipstick. Very little, that's why I love it. Danny can kiss me and he'll barely get any lipstick on him. So, all right. Let me just get to the next question. I think there might be 1 or 2 questions left. Do you have any big plans for this coming spring or summer? So springtime, probably not. We thought about going to Florida, but it's gotten so busy with like doctor's appointments and house things. We are like kind of revamping the deck a little bit, and I've taken on a lot of YouTube sponsorships right, let me just show you really quick what I'm doing. So with this, I'm gonna clip in, but I'm gonna start from the root of my hair or mid shaft, just depending what kind of curl you're going for. And I'm gonna wrap it all the way around. So let me just show you. There, I have it clipped there. And I am just going to wrap it around the hot rod. You probably leave it on for 3 or 4 seconds. And let go here on the clamp. And let me show you. So my hair does have natural curl and wave to it, although it has changed in the last couple of years. It's not as curly as it used to be, or at least not up here. When I'm somewhere humid, it does. My curls usually look like this. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going pretty much in an inward motion. You can go in and out on it. It just depends. So like this one, I can go out, I can curl out like the way I'm rotating. Bring it in a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and here is this curl. So you're basically wrapping it around the wand. You're kind of clipping it and holding it in place closer to the root, and then you're wrapping it around the wand. Gabish? My grandpa used to say that to me all the time when I was a little kid. He's not here anymore. Passed away when I was 19, but he would like have a talk with me, and then he would say gabish, and I would say gabish. Little girl saying gabish. That was like our understanding. So every time I see him, we probably say gabish to each other 100 times in one day. All right, so do I have any exciting plans for the spring or summer? So spring, like I said, it's pretty busy. We were thinking about going down to Florida for our anniversary. I just don't see it happening. We've just gotten so busy. And like I said, there's a lot of commitments that I take YouTube very seriously. And if I'm telling a company and I'm getting into a contract, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be there for my obligation. I'm very responsible in that way. So we're going to Europe this summer. And that's going to be like a super exciting trip. So we're going to go to Greece, the motherland. We are going to go visit Danny's family and his cousins, his aunts, his uncles. They're all getting a lot older, so we're also going for a wedding. His cousin that used to live here, she moved there, and then she got engaged there. She met somebody, and she's getting married in Crete, the island of Crete. So we're going to go there for the wedding as well. And I'm going to go visit my aunt and my uncle, because I have family out there. My dad's sister, she was here over the winter, so I saw her, and she kind of gave me a guilt trip. She's like, I heard you're going to Greece. You're coming by me, right? And I was like, right, I will make time to come see you. So probably go stay with her for 4 or 5 days. We rented an Airbnb around his family's area to go for about 4 or 5 days. Then we're gonna fly to the island. So we're taking another flight within Greece to go to the island where my mom was born. I want to see that, see where she grew up, where she was born, and then just see the island because my roots are from there. It's the island of Chios, C-H-I-O-S. It's in the Aegean, so it looks beautiful. So we're gonna go see that, and my cousin's supposed to be there, and my grandma and my aunt and my uncle and a couple of my other cousins that live here in Chicago, they're supposed to be there. So I'm probably gonna go see them. 2 of the nights we rented an Airbnb like 15 minutes from where they're gonna be, and then the other 5 days we rented an Airbnb like more south, the city area of the island. So we'll be there for a week, and then we're gonna fly into the island of Crete. So we're gonna take another flight to Athens, and then from Athens, that's our connecting flight. Then we're gonna fly into the island of Crete to go to Chania, which is like, I think it's the capital of Crete. I think is it Chania or Heraklion? But there's 2 big cities. We're gonna be in Chania, and we're gonna be down there for almost 2 weeks, 13 days, I think. And Danny's dad's gonna fly down there and meet us there. We'll also see him up by his brothers and his sisters the first leg of our trip too, because he'll be there at that time. And then Danny's sister is gonna fly down with her family because we're all going for the wedding. It's gonna be a big wedding. I talked to Danny's aunt, Evie's mom. There's gonna be 350 people at this wedding. The weddings, I've never been to a wedding in Greece, but they go until like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna bring like a big beach bag with me with like deodorant and mouthwash. We're gonna be there from the previous afternoon until like 6 or 7 a.m. just dancing and eating and just, you know, celebrating. So we're gonna be in Greece for her wedding in Crete, the island of Crete. And also my two friends, Johnny and Justin, they're going to meet us in Greece. So they're gonna meet us in Crete because they know Danny's cousin Evie. It's gonna be like a surprise. I told them just come out to the wedding. She would love to see you guys. I've known Johnny. He's my friend who's the OBGYN that kind of helped me when I was going through my scare. He kind of calmed me down. So he's my doctor friend, and she's such a nice person. So him and Justin are going to meet us in Crete, and then we're gonna be there they're gonna fly out the last week of our leg of the island of Crete. So they'll be there for about a week. We'll be there for almost 2 weeks, and we have a lot of exploring to do and sightseeing and the beaches. I'm all about snorkeling, and I'm bringing my snorkel gear. And then the last 2 days of our trip, we're gonna fly into Athens, spend a little bit of time in Athens. One of Danny's aunts live in Athens and two of his cousins, so we're gonna go say hello, see them for a little bit. And then I just want to do like Monastiraki Square, which is like a big market, Plaka, which is supposed to be really beautiful. I don't think we're gonna go to the Acropolis because it's probably gonna be like 100 degrees and I'm not climbing up a mountain on 100-degree weather. That just won't agree with me. But yeah, it's gonna be an amazing trip, and I'm going to vlog this trip, different sections of the trip. So there'll be a vlog, you know, where Danny's family is from. And we plan on going up to Kalavrita, which one day that's where the Greek Holocaust came. The Germans came out and they wiped out the village of Kalavrita. It's actually a very sad story. There's a movie on it on Amazon Prime maybe, or Freevee. It's called Echoes of the Past. It is about the Holocaust and how the Greeks actually went through a Holocaust with the Nazis as well. It's crazy, it's sad. I want to go visit. We went to visit Kalavrita last time. You have to take a train up a mountain, and when I say up a mountain, the train literally goes straight up a mountain, and there's canyons and waterfalls in there. It's an amazing train ride. It's so scenic. But there's a museum that I really want to go to this time. I didn't get to go last time, so I definitely want to go to the Holocaust Museum up there. There's just so much history, and it's just so beautiful with all the mountains, and I'm a mountain girl. I love the mountains. So I'll vlog each section of the trip, and I'm gonna do some slow living from one of our seaside cottages when we're out there. So I'll produce some sort of a slow living video. Can't do too much homemaking, but I will have a washing machine, so I'll be able to do some laundry when we are out there. Gotta say I'm not surprised, but I didn't think it'd be tonight. Okay, so there's the last one that I curled. So they're all different size curls. You can take like thicker sections of your hair. I want it to look more natural because I am going to lightly comb it out. So I do want it to look natural rather than all completely uniform. So there are some bigger sections and there are some thinner sections. Just depending, but I like to kind of mix up the curl. So yeah, there's gonna be vlogs. There's gonna be vlogs, slow living vlog, just like enjoying like vacation vlog. So I might get like 3 or 4 different videos out of it, maybe more, I don't know, we'll see. Definitely make sure to follow me on Instagram because I'm probably gonna do a lot of Instagram stories. I am planning on doing possibly a live, just depending on how my Wi-Fi is out there in Greece, like at each Airbnb. Is it gonna have like really great Wi-Fi or not? Sorry. Yeah, like if I have great Wi-Fi, they break every day of the week in the afternoon for lunch. Not for lunch, I'm sorry, for siesta. So they break for nap time pretty much. Everything closes down and people go home and they take a nap for like 2 or 3 hours. I tried doing that the last time. I had a hard time. So I don't know, maybe I'll be logging in and doing a live one of the days. So I'll keep you guys updated if I do decide to do a live one of the afternoons, but I plan on connecting with you guys while I'm out there as well. So just so you guys know, like there's going to be footage. I don't know if it's going to come out right away after my trip, but there will probably be shorts that will come out during the trip because I'll be taking, you know, footage with my cell phone, and I'm going to bring 2 different cameras. I've saved up to buy 2 different cameras, 2 different kinds of DJI cameras, and that should give me really amazing footage while I am out there as well. And so there'll probably be shorts while I'm out there, a couple of them, and just like the highlights maybe of parts of my trip. And then definitely check in. I might do a live from our hotel or Airbnb, and I do plan on getting some vlogs out. And definitely, like I said, follow me on Instagram, because I'm probably going to upload at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be every day or every other day or every couple days, but on my stories, I'm probably gonna, you know, take out my cell phone and capture some really cool things and have some things on my Instagram stories as well. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's the Bumblebee Farmhouse. You can find the information for that on my videos you can look at the description boxes, and you can find that information where you can follow me on Instagram. But I plan on having, because YouTube doesn't have stories. Otherwise I would be posting stories on YouTube, but YouTube does not have stories. So here's my hair so far. I'm not going ridiculously close to the root. I kind of wanted to start maybe mid-shaft, but I plan on enjoying this trip to the fullest, relaxing. Last time we went, we literally worried about nothing back home. It was like we were living in a different world, in a different dimension, in this beautiful paradise, and we really did not worry about anything back home. Like, I called my parents at the time to check in on Gizmo, my dog, who was still with us at that time. But other than that, there really was 0 worries, and it felt so good. Like, Danny disconnected his work email, like he put it on silent, and I know, like, I'm going to be checking in on YouTube because I am my own boss on YouTube. Like, I still run it, but it's like we literally did not worry about anything. It felt so good. So I hope we get that same kind of vibe going this time. There's gonna be lots of adventures, museums, caves to explore, snorkeling, food. Oh my gosh, the food out there is unreal. It is amazing. Mediterranean food is so good. So it's just going to be like a bunch of trips within a trip. So it is going to be a lot of traveling. We have to rent cars, you know, we had to book our flights. There's just a lot going on. I also want to use that time to connect with my husband, like, because we're going to both be in such a relaxed state of mind. It's just, like I said, it's so different. So I want there to be like a lot of romance that comes out of this. And I don't want to sound cheesy, but it's just like a way to connect with your partner. And I don't know, I just want to use a lot of that time. Yes, we will be with friends and family, but I want to use a lot of that time just to really enjoy each other's company. And I think that's so important. You have to connect when you're married to your spouse. And I don't want just sparks to fly. I want there to be flames. I'm a very passionate person. And yes, it's good to be attracted to your partner. That's where the sparks come in, but I love passion, and I need passion. Like, so there's got to be flames, and I feel like when you don't worry about anything else, you can just focus on each other. And we're really going to use not all of this trip, but a lot of that trip to just focus on each other, because yes, we are going to be busy doing all these excursions and things and such, and like meeting up with a bunch of people, but just to connect with each other, it is such a big deal. And I really want to find that with my husband. Not that I don't have it here, it's just that we have other obligations and things, and it's just different when you're in paradise, you know. And we're there for a short time, but we're going to make sure we enjoy it. Okay, so this is this side of my hair, and I'm going to spray it with some texture spray. This is weatherproof, humidity resistance. This is the dry texture spray. Just lift it. And I'm going to kind of like lightly, you could leave it like this. I'm just going to kind of lightly comb it out a little bit. Now I'm going to bring this iron with me, or a similar iron. I have to see if it's good with the voltage and grease. Danny's like, why are you going to curl your hair? I'm like, because like if we're going to go out to dinner some nights and I want to dress up in a beautiful dress, like I bought brand new pretty dresses, and there's a couple more that I'm planning on getting. Like, I want my hair and my makeup to look good. I want you to like be proud to have me next to you. Not like when I roll. I mean, there's going to be some days where I'm going to roll out of bed, put my hair in a bun, and go you know, to the beach, go swimming and go snorkeling. But like, if we're gonna go out to dinner and I want to look nice, I want to look nice. All right, let's do the other side. So this is natural wave and curl on this side. This is finished hair on this side. And I was working on somebody else's hair. I probably clipped this off in like 6 sections. But I'm being lazy, so we're gonna make 4 work, okay? I bought some really cute rompers, some really beautiful like tank top blouses, some really plain ones too for like the loungy, lazier days. And there's a couple dresses that I saw at Torrid that are absolutely beautiful. And I probably want to get 2 new swimsuits and probably a new pair of Skechers sandals. Like, I'm going to bring my New Balance sneakers. There's going to be a lot of walking. My parents are still debating about getting a house in Florida. I'm hoping that they do. I don't know if they will. They keep going back and forth. I mean, that would be really nice to have somewhere to go whenever I wanted to, just hop on a plane and go and have a place to stay. Because honestly, it's not the flight that's the worst, the most expensive. It's having a place to stay. That to me is the most expensive, because I can always find a cheap flight. So I don't know. Right now they're thinking if they do, they want to get a place out in Lakeland or like one of the suburbs around Lakeland. We'll see. They used to have a house in Spring Hill, but now they're thinking if they do decide to go down, which hasn't happened yet. I don't know. This has been talks for like the last year. They keep going back and forth that they would consider Lakeland. So they were actually looking at real estate online in Lakeland. And my mom found a house that she liked, but she's up here. It's not that easy to go and see it. So I told her, I'm like, if you guys really are serious about getting a house, you need to find a realtor and make plans to go down. Like, it's just not going to happen on its own. Like, you have to put effort to go and do all of that. So I've added like thrift with me, the antique with me on my channel. I think a lot of you guys have liked that. It's been getting attention on my channel. So I think I'll probably be doing those 1 to 2 times a month until like the holiday stuff comes in, because that time of year is I feel like that's when I really get into the home decor. It's not that I won't do home decor for spring or summer or definitely fall, but I think in the summertime now, I don't know, like, I'm not going to put out that much home decor. I'm going to put out home decor, but just not that much. I don't want decorations on every single nook of our home. Honestly, I want to enjoy the house, but I just don't want it covered in a bunch of things. Like, I haven't even gone to Hobby Lobby. I heard they're putting out Christmas and Halloween, not Halloween, like fall stuff out already. And I was like, oh my gosh, already? Like, I'm not even ready to see that. I haven't been in a Hobby Lobby probably in over a month. I'm just trying to like cut back from like a lot of the signage and I don't know, just I feel like I was just buying the same things over and over, and I just don't want to do that anymore. At least not right now. I don't know. My style has kind of changed and evolved a little bit. It's still farmhouse and cottage. You know what it is? I've been trying to be more practical. So things that I can use, but that are still really pretty and like aesthetically pleasing. I guess I should look at it, you know, and say it that way. So I just don't want too much stuff out that doesn't have a purpose, although some of it will not, like it'll just be decor. But I want a lot of it, especially in the kitchen, to have some sort of purpose. Maybe I'll find some cool secondhand stores in Europe and find something really cool to bring back from our home for the Bumblebee farmhouse. And then when we get back from our trip, I'm really hoping that our fruit trees will be ready. Last year we picked peaches like right before the start of the 2nd week of September. At least one of our peach trees. So I'm hoping that one will give us fruit again this year. Oh, and by the way, the texturizing spray that I'm using is the Big Fundraiser Volumizing Dry Texture Hair from Sexy Hair. And then the Weatherproof Humidity Resistant Finishing Spray is also from Sexy Hair. I'll use this at the end as well. Not to say that the days I don't fix myself up, I don't feel good, but some days I just feel awful about myself. I just look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you need some help. I remember when I worked at the salon, there was this other girl that started working. Like, you could kind of tell when people are down about themselves, and she was trying to meet somebody. Like, she wanted to, you know, find a mate, a person. And I remember she kind of like came to me and she's like, can I ask you something? And I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, how did you and Danny meet? And I told her. And I was like, where are you going with this? And she's like, well, it's just like you're plus size and you're bigger and you found somebody and you're happy. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, but he saw that. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I can tell that you're down about yourself. And I just pretty much told her, I'm like, the way you view you, the way that you love you is gonna be how other people see you and perceive you. So honestly, like, I'm generally for the most part a happy person. Like, we all go through our bad times, but generally I am an outgoing, happy person. I am, believe it or not, I am kind of introverted unless I know you. If I know you, I'm gonna talk to you like we're best friends. But if I don't know you, I do get shy. But either way, I'm still, I think it's all in your confidence, how you carry yourself, you know? Back then I was fixing myself up too and, you know, wearing beautiful clothing while I was working in, you know, in the beauty industry. So that's a hard industry not to not do that. But I just remember, like, I was like, well, how do you view yourself? You know, you have to love yourself. People can't love you unless you love yourself. And I'm like, if you know, if you're not happy with yourself, you have to either change or find a way to love yourself. And that's just basically the advice that I gave her. You know, I was just like, you got to be confident in who you are. Know who you are, what you're willing to put yourself out there for. And I feel like when you're confident and you feel good about yourself and like you feel like you own your own confidence and you know how you want to be, and it kind of like the way you feel about yourself, it carries itself out. It carries itself out and everybody else sees it. So if you're a confident person, I really do believe that that's what people are going to see. Now, maybe some people will just see me as an overweight person, as a fat person, and that's just where it's going to end for them. But honestly, I think that the way that you carry yourself, the way that you love yourself, the way that you perceive yourself, and the way you carry yourself out to everybody else, that's what they're going to see. And I was like, I'm like, I'm just me. And that's how I met Danny, and he liked what he saw. He saw like a girl that was like happy and smiling, and I mean, everybody's got insecurities. I get that, but it's just how you carry yourself. So if you're just like, oh, I'm the poor person that's never going to meet anybody, or no one's ever going to love me, or, you know, like you just focus on all the negative parts about you, I feel like then that's all other people are going to see. And I feel like when you focus on the things that you love about yourself and you put that out in the world and you accentuate those things, then I feel like that's what people are going to see when that's what you care about. So I think everything has to do with confidence. And I think my YouTube channel has done better when I've started to feel better about myself and more confident about myself. And I'm not contributing, I'm not saying it's just that, but so many of you guys have kind of helped that along the way, because there was like a time when I was like really, really down on myself, and I go in and out of that spiral as well. But you know, when you guys kind of help build me up, and I have to credit some of you guys for that, because without your guys' fantastic encouragement and words, I feel like then that would not have come out of me again. And that's just how I see things. So I feel like you got to own your confidence and people will see it. And I think that they're going to notice that more than anything. They're not going to say, oh, you know, I've been called the fat girl. Someone called me a dog one time. I don't think I look like a dog, but okay, whatever, to each their own. But I don't let that get to me and let that control the way I let people perceive me, because I don't look at myself that way. All right, so I'm gonna take my pick, and I'm just kind of going right now where my roots are. Okay, so I want it to all blend. I don't want to see like curled sections. I want that to be soft. And then I'm just gonna take my pick. I'm gonna grab my hair in sections, and I'm just going to take my pick lightly and just pull down lightly my curls. I mean, I could have left it the way it was, but I wanted them more broken up and like softer and like natural looking. That's what I wanted. And then same thing with this side. So I'm gonna grab it by a section And I'm just going to pull down. It's a little warm in here today. I'm a little sweaty, guys. And then I'm gonna go in again with the texturizing spray. Go under, like lift, kind of go under the root too. I'm sure it helps that I am a licensed cosmetologist. I was behind the chair for like 17 years. That I worked on bridal hair and special occasion hair. This is not sticky at all. It's just a dry texture spray. And then since I'm a little sweaty, I'm gonna bring this to grease with me too. I'm gonna use the big weatherproof humidity resistant hairspray. It's a little warm today. It's like 77, so I think it's humid outside. Just going to spray some of this. And that is the finished look. I know some of you guys have asked me over like the last 2 years. So this is my look when I want to do myself up. This is why I'm like, do I cut my hair? And then when I curl it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to cut it. Maybe just a trim then. Maybe I'll just get it trimmed. Because when I do it like this, I love it so much when I do my hair out like this. And then like sometimes I'll take bobby pins and I'll pin, you know, some back. But this is pretty much what it looks like. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me here today at the Bumblebee Farmhouse. Just like a little bit of a hangout, a little bit of what's going on. And I hope that you guys all have a lovely day and a lovely week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.